Hi everyone. I think I might finally be online. I'm not really sure yet. Anyways, probably gonna laugh my arse off at myself when I watch back. My name is Ronnie, and I'm a mixed media artist, art journaler, jewelry designer, card maker. I do all kinds of stuff. My company is RadianTrace Atelier, which is just a fancy word for art studio. I also have another company called Whimsy Within, but I'm not doing much with that right now, but I'm keeping the name because I really like it. It's probably going to be for beads, stick pins, things that other artisans can buy in order to create their projects. Right now with the RadianTrace Atelier, what I do is the jewelry, card making, all my mixed media artwork, my workshops, my classes. So, yeah, that's what I do. Hi, Mom! She'll probably be the only one. Her and me will probably be the only one watching this video. Unless maybe my Facebook friends. Maybe my family. So I better be careful what I say. So, right. Okay, so I was thinking that what I'm probably going to try to do to get used to, I'm really uncomfortable. I'm shy. Well, once you get to know me, you find that I'm not really shy. I'm very outgoing and blunt and opinionated, but I have some social anxiety issues, along with a bunch of other issues. And this is only actually my second time on video. This past summer, I was the marketplace coordinator for Party in the Park in downtown Chilliwack. A big event. It's an annual event. It's a huge event that's put on every year by the Downtown Business Improvement Association out here in Chilliwack. And I had to do, for the local cable company, through Shaw, I had to do, well, myself and the entertainment coordinator and then the executive director of the BIA, but she's used to be in front of the camera, and so is Darcy D, who used to play in a pretty popular Canadian band, Prism. Anyways, so it was my first time ever going on video, and then it was on the local television program. So I'm pretty, in the end, my little segment, there wasn't very much to it, because they probably had to do a lot of editing, because I couldn't stop laughing. I can be really animated, and some of the questions he was asking, I was like, what? Like, are you kidding? So they only got a little bit out of me. And when I found out that they were going to be doing that, I mean, I seriously had major anxiety issues. Like, my heart was pounding. I thought I was going to pass out. But I'm actually proud of myself for doing it, because it was on TV. And I watched it a couple of times as it went through, but then after that I was over it. I didn't bother watching it anymore. Okay, so what I'm probably going to try to do to get over that, like, it's one thing when I'm videotaping and you just see my hands and I'm not too concerned about, you know, whatever it is that creates my anxiety issues. But I was watching Golf Sprite, Christy, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, and she had mentioned being camera shy, which I found kind of surprising, because I've been watching her videos for a really long time, but mind you, she doesn't put her face, she wasn't videotaping her face, it was her hands and her voice, and she does online workshops. So I was surprised, and then when she was towards the end, she had said that it got her over being camera shy. Like, because, you know, I have public speaking fears, and in university I had to have to get up and do, like, you know, when you have to do oral presentations, and it was so majorly stressful. And I'm not about to be taking Ativan or Valium every time I have to face it. And that's not my personality type. I push through fears. So I thought I would attempt to do like a vlog over, like, every day over a period of time. And I'm not sure how long that will last for me because I have serious issues with commitments. So we'll see. And then I'm like a crow and a shiny object. Oh, let's do this. I get distracted a lot. So I thought I'd try that. So this is the introduction to me, who I am. Okay, and in the beginning when I sort of talked about, what I do, one of the things that I do is I'm an instructor. I teach classes, art-related classes at the local scrapbooking store, and starting more than likely in February, depending on how it goes, at our local art supply store. The owner wants me to do a Saturday workshop first before they actually put me in a permanent place on their monthly schedule, which makes sense. And I'm also doing a free art journaling demo at my local scrapbooking store on January 26th, which is a Saturday. It's a 3-hour thing. And that's a demonstration. People don't actually get to make something and go away with it. They get to watch me work. And that's about art journaling. Introducing my community to art journaling, because I don't necessarily I live in it's a small city. I think of it as a town. And it's a bedroom community. Lots of people live out here and commute into Vancouver, bigger city. And as an artist in this town, it's pretty hard. I mean, there's an underground artist group of people, and we kind of run into each other. But as far as consumption of of what it is that we offer for sale and interest, I wouldn't call it an artsy fartsy town. I mean, it's beautiful here. I'm probably not ever leaving because I have a son. My youngest son has some mental health issues, and he's probably not ever leaving. So wherever he is, I have to be for him because I'm his foundation. So when I want to do bigger things, I have to travel away from out of this town. So our community is not really that. We're kind of behind in things that are trending as far as the scrapbooking world and art world and so on and so forth. So although I myself personally, I have been art journaling for 43 years. Yes, 43 years. Yes, I'm old. So, I mean, of course, terminology. I mean, I've always had a sketchbook. I write poetry. There's always been some way that I've recorded my feelings, either through visual arts like collaging, paint, pastels, sketching, you name it. I've always had a stack of books on the go. So what's called art journaling now, previously I guess was referred to as visual journals, sketchbooks, journals, scrapbooks, way the heck back when, way when I was a kid. I used to buy scrap paper, and you kept a scrapbook with all kinds of, you'd glue in things and draw things. So, I mean, or I do altered books. I would make, that's what I was going to, this is something I wanted to show. Altered books. Okay, I have a really hard time cutting up books. I find it kind of devastating, and I don't know, even if they're really old and damaged and you're going to give it new life, or even taking textbook papers out. It's really, really hard for me to do that. I've gone through a lot of my books. I have a lot of books. I've gone through a lot of my books, and the books that I got from my grandmother in a box, I don't know, I'll go, okay, I could rip pages out of this book, and when I flip through it and try to make that decision, I can't. I think, well, one day I'll read that. But, I'll never live long enough to read all the books that I have. So one of the things that I used to do was when these little plastic coil binded books, like recipe books, came out, I would take out some pages. I could, but I don't follow recipes. And you'd find them at, the Rotary Book Club sales, secondhand stores, flea markets. So these would be, I would take some of the pages out to leave room, and these would be what I would